What's going on, guys? I wanted to share something that will apply to all of us. And it's the importance of obedience. And I want to give a little story, kind of what that looks like. I have not always walked in obedience, especially when I was a lukewarm Christian, and just honestly a piece of trash, if we can be completely honest. I walked through this world not contributing. I was a part of the problem, and thankfully I was convicted to repent and go a different way. So that's where we are today. But I wanted to give one of those things, and I've mentioned this many times. It's kind of a process. It's not a snap your fingers, turn on a light switch, push the easy button, and everything is beautiful because now you're a walking Christian and a follower of Christ. Man, would that be great, but that is just not how this works. And there's no, if it was like that, there would be no relationship building with the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, which is just, the greatest relationship ever. But what I want to get into is, and this is no secret, I've used testosterone for many years. I've abused steroids back in the day, when I probably didn't need it when I was younger, just to be able to lift more, get bigger, for vanity reasons, for strength reasons, for my work stuff, whatever it may be. There was, worldly reasons, I guess we can say. But I stopped doing a lot of that a long time ago. And my T levels, my testosterone levels were just, I was pretty much a female. I would eat the best I could, take certain supplements, try to sleep right, and it just wasn't working. My testosterone, my levels were extremely low. So that's when the testosterone therapy started to come out, and I got on it. And I, boosted it back up, got normal, got my energy back, sleep was better, workouts were better, and everything was good, right? So a few years after that, and to be honest with you guys, I treated that as a serious idol. Like, I won't have a good workout, I won't be in shape, I'm not going to look good if I didn't take, some kind of testosterone or something to get my levels normal. So I did that for years. And I was talking to a good buddy, and I noticed he was not as jacked, I guess you could say, and nothing bad about that. So I was like, hey man, what's going on? Are you okay? And he goes, no. He's like, man, the Lord just told me to stop taking it, stop taking, testosterone, stop doing the testosterone therapy. Like, just told me to stop. And I remember hearing that. I was like, oh man, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, man, should I be getting off this? And and I remember praying. I'm like, Lord, tell me if I'm supposed to be coming off this. But in all honesty, I was like, please don't tell me. Like, don't tell me, but tell me. But if you do tell me, make it so I don't understand, because it's one thing if we know and we choose not to do it. That would be the obedience piece. And I didn't hear anything for probably a year or two. And then one day I was about to inject myself to give myself testosterone, and it wasn't abusing. It was just to keep my levels normal. All I heard was, you do not need that anymore. And I had a decision right then and there when I heard that, and I stopped. I did not put that into my body. I took all my syringes, all my stuff, the stuff that I was prescribed from a doctor, and I took it and I threw it out in the outside trash can, and that was it. And I've got to be completely honest with you. I did not want to do that. I didn't. Because I was making, and I know why now, because I was making that a God. I was saying that is my strength. That's the only place it comes from. And that's not true. You can see it in society. It's like, I've got to be big. I got to be strong. And I lived there for decades, too many decades, but strength doesn't come from that, because guess what? We get older, things dwindle down. So I like in the past, maybe, I don't know, year or so, like when I post, people are like, man, are you sick? Have you lost weight? And the truth is I just don't do certain things anymore. I still work out, still do that stuff, but I don't have that, I guess, whatever you want to call it. I don't do that stuff. So I probably lost about 20 pounds. But and I didn't like it. Like, I'm like, man, dude, like my clothes weren't fitting the same. People would be looking at me like, hey, are you okay? And and to be honest with you, I'm better than ever. So I really want to say that because I don't want to get the impression that everything is just a walk in the park, because it's not. It is so not a walk in the park. And that is why this right here, the walk, not claiming you're not a Christian or whatever, a believer or whatever it is, but the actual walking it out, the actual obedience, the willingness, that is where the men and the women stand firm. And that's who we should be looking to for, like, wow, that guy's or girl, they're doing the right thing. That's awesome. And again, all that strength comes from the Lord, not from us. It's not by our strength, not by our might, but by the Spirit alone, is where we get this from. So I wanted to put that out there because I had breakfast with a couple of men, and that came up. One guy that saw me a few years ago, he's like, he literally says, "Are you working out anymore?" And I was like, thanks, buddy. And he was just kind of joking around and stuff like that. But back in the day, dude, that would have been like, oh man, I would have taken that. I would have taken that one comment back to a video I did before on thoughts, and I would go take more supplements. I would go hit the gym harder. I would eat more protein. I would do all the things. And honestly, as I'm adding in all this stuff, I'm taking away from stuff that's really important. Maybe learning something new, staying away from my family, my time with the Lord, because I'm putting it into this vanity, because of a comment, or because what the world perceives or thinks is the right thing. And it's not. We are so blind. We are so fooled, because the strength doesn't come from us. It comes from above. And that's again, many issues with certain denominations, is they think that it's man that can, has the authority. No, dude, authority comes from above. That's it. Sorry. And anything else is just wrong, and it's false, and it's fraudulent. And it steers people in the wrong direction, which is not okay. But I really wanted to get that out there to you guys, because it's not easy in the walk. And this is just one example. My wife and I have gone through many, many changes. This is just one. It was one of the bigger ones. It came up the other day, and I felt led to share that. But that's the obedience, is like, because I did not want to stop. I did not want to stop. But I knew that because the Lord's thoughts are not our thoughts. His ways are not our ways. And the sooner we realize that, it's called submission. And it's brought me down, stopping this and not relying on my physique or what people think of me or whatever it is. It's brought me to a very humble place where the Lord can truly use me for his purpose, his will, and to glorify him, which is the pinnacle of all things in this world. And the sooner we realize that it's not about these tangible objects that we see on this commercial or that show or what that person does or says or whatever, it's what he says. It's what he shows. It's what he has for us. That is the meaning of life, is what he has for us, because he wants the best. And many of us don't get that because we choose a different path. We choose what we think is best. We choose what the world think is best, or we believe what our neighbor says or does, and we want to emulate them. And that's not the right way. No sports person, no matter what sport, no politician, no preacher on a stage, no one, nothing can compare to the righteousness and the awesomeness and the example that Jesus Christ did for us. So please take that into consideration. And for those of you that know you should be stopping certain things and know you should be starting other things, opening certain doors and shutting other ones, it's that active obedience, because with that obedience comes a wonderful thing called blessings. And we do not want to miss these blessings that the Lord has for us. It's better than anything that this world can give us. And it's better than anything that you can try to do with your own willpower. So you guys take it easy. I hope this does something for someone. I know it will, because I was led to speak on it. And just for future, I've guys will say, why don't you speak on this? Why don't you speak on this? I used to talk a lot on everything. And to be honest with you, media right now, that's all it is. It's everyone's giving their opinion. It's a bunch of noise. And if the Lord doesn't lead me, and I still mess up sometimes because I'm still human, I try to speak on the things that, one, I've walked through and have experience with, and two, things that the Lord prompts me to speak on. I don't just jump on and start talking about this or that based off of what's cool and hip and what's in the news and all that stuff, man. It's noise. It's a lot of noise, and that noise is corrupting your brain. So focus on the things that matter, and that's above, and he'll lead you everywhere else. Take care.